Hello everyone. In this video we will see the next part in this operational amplifiers where we see op-amp input modes, right? So the basic circuit diagram of an op-amp is represented like this from the VCC to the VEE. You know that the VCC and VEE are the power supply terminals, where VCC plus VCC is the positive power supply and minus VEE is the negative power supply. And you can see that there are two transistors, okay, which are the input transistors, where the inputs are given to the base terminals of the transistors. So you can consider the first transistor as Q1 and the second transistor as the Q2, where input 1, the first input, is given to the base of the Q1, and the input 2, which you can call it as a V2. Here in this case you can call it as V1, and in this case you can call it as V2. So it's given to the base of the transistor of Q2, and the emitter of the transistor, both the transistors are shorted and it is given through the emitter resistance, and that is connected to the negative power supply, and the collectors are connected to the resistor of collector 1, and this is connected to the resistor of collector 2, and it is given to the power supply. Okay, you can see that if the input is given to the base, the output is taken from the collector of the first transistor, and second output is taken from the collector of the second transistor. So I told you that symbol of the op-amp is shown like a triangle, and you can just analyze how the circuit is included inside the symbol of the op-amp. So here the first input is connected to the base of the transistor Q1, and the second input, it is connected to base of the transistor of Q2. So that's how the connections are given, and there is only one output, but in this case it's showed as two outputs. You can see it as output 1 and output 2, just like how it is shown in this case, right? So this is the basic representation of an op-amp. So there are basically three input modes in an op-amp. Okay, they are single-ended input, differential input, and common mode input. Okay, what is the single-ended input, what is the differential, and what is the common mode input? I'll just tell you. So in the single ended input, in this mode, the signal voltage is applied to one input and the other input is grounded. Okay, so it means in this case you are applying this signal, that is the input, to one of the input, and other input you are keeping it as grounded. It means you are either giving the input to the first input and keeping the second input grounded, or you are giving the input to the second input and you are keeping the first input grounded. That's the meaning. Okay, you can just see in this diagram. Okay, the input is given to the first input terminal and the second input is grounded. So what happens to the output? You can see the output in this stage here itself. So it will be amplified and it is inverted. So I told you the input one, the first input is the inverting input terminal, so it should be inverted, that is 180 degree out of phase. There should be a phase shift and amplified. So the representation in the symbol is shown here. The input is given to the first input and the second one is grounded, and you're getting the output. And there is also one more case where you're giving the input to the second terminal, and the first input terminal is grounded, and similarly you're getting the output like that. Okay, next you have differential input. In this mode, two out of phase signal voltages are applied to the inputs of the differential amplifier, and this operation is also called as double-ended input operation. Okay, so here in this case you are applying simultaneously two inputs together for both the input terminals. You can see that you are applying one input to the first terminal and one more input to the second terminal, and whatever the output you get here is the differential output. What is the meaning of differential? It means the subtracted, since there is a potential difference existing between both the terminals. So it will be the differential output whatever you are getting here. That is the meaning of differential input. So whatever the inputs you feed here and whatever the input you feed here, the difference of the inputs is taken and then you are getting the output. So here it's given that the inputs V in 1 and V in 2 are out of phase. this shows that the output signals due to V in only and output signals due to V into only. So in this case, so imagine that there are some different conditions given here. So in this, if you just assume that only input due to first input is given and second input is shorted, it means output is taken only due to because of first input in this case. If you consider one more case where only the input is given here and this one is shorted, no difference cannot be taken and output will be only because of this input. Now coming to the condition, you are giving two inputs together at a time. Whatever the output you get here is the difference of both the inputs. Got it? Next you have common mode input. So in this mode, two in-phase signal voltages are applied to the inputs of the differential amplifier. It means same input is applied to both the input terminals. So imagine that the same input, that is V1 and V2, you are applying same input voltage, and so what is the output? Output will be nullified because you are applying the same input voltage, because one input terminal is the inverting and one more input terminal is the non-inverting. So whatever the output you get is the nullified value. So this is common mode input. So here they have given the detailed explanation of common mode input. If you take only because of V1, or if you take only because of V2, and if you take with both the inputs simultaneously, what is the output? So this is your common mode input. Now we'll quickly just go through the operational amplifier parameters. So there are 10 different op-amp parameters. The first one is common mode rejection ratio, which we call it as CMRR. So it is defined as the ratio of differential gain to common mode gain. So CMRR is given by AD by ACM. AD means the differential gain and ACM is the common mode gain. So it is the ratio of differential gain to common mode gain. So common mode means you are giving the same input. Just now I just told you, right? You are giving the same input and what is the output you are getting. So consider this circuit shown in the two input terminals of an op-amp. If they are shorted and common mode signal VCM is applied between the inputs and the ground, the output should be 0. Why 0? Because both the inputs are same and the one input is inverting and one more input is the non-inverting. So it will be nullified and it becomes 0. So if you take that in terms of decibels, CMRR in dB is given as 20 log to base 10 modulus of AD by ACM, and typical value of common mode rejection ratio around 100 dB. Okay, higher value of CMRR is the if the CMRR is higher, there is the better operation of the op-amp. Second one is output offset voltage. So this is the second op-amp parameter. The actual value of output voltage when the inputs of an op-amp is 0 is called output offset voltage. So there are inside the whenever they are designing the IC of an op-amp, there are two offset voltages given. So that will be connected to the external potentiometer so that it has to be nullified. So offset voltages usually will be nullified depending on the input offset voltage and input offset current, so that it will not result in the extra parameters that is needed that arises out when the circuit is when the IC is being used. So that is your offset voltage. That is your output offset voltage, and input offset voltage refers to the voltage that must be applied between the two input terminals so that the output voltage becomes 0. So this was in case of your input offset voltage and this is in case of your output offset voltage. Next, input offset current. Okay, this output offset voltage is represented as V00, input offset voltage is represented as VIO. Next, input offset current. It is the algebraic difference between the currents flowing into non-inverting and inverting terminals. The difference is taken. It is subtracted. Okay, so input offset current IO is represented as IB1 minus IB2, where IB1 is current in the inverting terminal, IB2 is the current in the non-inverting terminal. So the difference between both the currents will be the input offset current. Next, you have input bias current. It is the average of the current flow that flow into the inverting and non-inverting input terminals of the op-amp. Typically it is 8 microamperes. So 8 microamperes means the design is made in such a way that it becomes 8 microamperes. Input bias current IB is denoted as IB1 plus IB2 divided by 2. So which is the average current. So where IB1 is the current in the inverting terminal and IB2 is the current in the non-inverting terminal, that you have to understand. Next, input resistance R1 or it is Ri. It is the equivalent resistance that can be measured at either the inverting or non-inverting terminal with the other terminal current connected to the ground. So one terminal will be connected to the ground and the input resistance is measured. Similarly, when you take the input at the second terminal, then the opposite terminal has to be grounded. Next, output resistance R0. It is the equivalent resistance that can be measured between the output terminals of op amp and the ground. Next, you have supply voltage rejection ratio, SVRR. So it is a change in the op amp's input offset voltage caused by variations in supply voltage. It is called as SVRR. It is denoted as delta V I naught divided by delta V. So delta V I naught is a change in input offset voltage and delta V is the change in supply voltage. In decibels, it is expressed as SVRR in dB as 20 log to base 10 of this ratio. So op amp will be better when the value of SVRR is low. Next, you have something called as slew rate. It is defined as minimum rate of change of output voltage per unit time. It is expressed as volt per microsecond. Typical value is 0.5 volts per microsecond. So this is the design value which is given. So slew rate is expressed as dV0 by dt to the maximum. So this is the graph of that. And for a sinusoidal input output signal, V0 is expressed as Vm sin omega t and slew rate is S is equal to dV0 by dt maximum. So it is expressed as Vm into omega. So the final value is 2 pi f Vm. Therefore S depends on frequency as Vm. So higher the slew rate, better the performance of the op amp. Slew rate indicates how fast the output of op amp can change in response to changes in the input. The slew rate of an op amp is fixed and the rate of output variation with respect to the time is greater than slew rate and distortion results. Lastly, you have gain bandwidth product. It is the bandwidth of the op amp when the voltage gain is 1.